Hello, fellow citizens! Sorry, I just had to do that. With that, you guys know which drama I'm talking about. It is called My Fellow Citizens. So, with The Last Empress coming out, finishing, and then we, Ahjuxue and I watching Trust Your Heart. And we're actually watching My Fellow Citizen. Ahjuxue really likes an actor like Choi Si Won. Like, he's great and he has the look for it and he has the body and everything. And this guy is just really talented in our opinion. And we were so excited when his drama was coming out. Like, we knew that he was coming out of he came out of the military a while already, and the fact that he took him a while to come up with the drama that he finally did. We're so excited. We are watching this together, but like in my other videos I said before, Ahjuxue is busy. He's not here to review it, but I'm going to review it with you guys on the first 4 episodes that we watched. And let you guys talk about it to see what our opinions on and what the drama is about and to see if you guys like it. So let's go check it out. So let's start off with characters. We have Choi Si Won. He's the main guy. His name is Yang Jung-kook, and he is a skilled con artist in his family. And he goes around getting involved with loan sharks in order to get a huge sum of money so that he can get ready for his marriage. But in doing so, his ex-girlfriend scams him and leaves with the marriage funds that he's been doing, so he's left with nothing. We have Lee Yu Young as Kim Mi Young, and she is a police detective who catches pretty much she's catching criminals, and then she went on into catching con artists. She finds her boyfriend cheating on her in the process of doing so, and she ends up meeting Jungkook, and the two of them become close. They start dating, and she lies about her job and everything to him to keep the relationship good, and they finally got married. But the day they got married, she finally confessed to him that she is a police. We have Kim Min Jung as Park Hoo-ja. She is the 4th daughter of Park Sang-pil, a huge loan shark, and she is trained to be his successor. Well, her father collapsed and went into like this coma. She takes over and she inherits everything in the business, and she tracks down the person who did this to her father, who pretty much conned him the biggest, and which is Jungkook. And instead of getting revenge, she offers him the National Assembly seat. And then we have Tae In-ho, who plays Hang Sang-jin. He is a new political comer, and he has something involved with Kim Mi-young in her past. So the synopsis of this drama is a con man going around with unexpected incidents, and he ends up marrying a policeman and ends up running for the National Assembly, becoming a part of the National Assembly. So this drama does air 2 episodes back to back, and it airs on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we have a total of, as of now, 36 episodes, and it's those 30 minutes back to back episodes. So we do like for the first 2 days, we ended up watching 4 episodes of it, and it was really hilarious. Ahjuxue, we enjoyed it, we laughed, and we're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? So the first 2 episodes, we get to see Jungkook, how he works on his side, like him and his people, how they work and all these stuff like that, how they con people, and he's like so good at it. He has his little crew, they do it, and all this stuff like that. And then we get Kim Mi Young, her detective side, how she works and stuff like that. And then in this process, the same process, both of them gets dumped, and they go to the club drinking and stuff like that. And then she gets into like this fight with these guys that were hitting on her, and she finds out that one of them is married, and she's all like, you're married and you're here. And so in the process of fighting them, her shoe flew and hit Jungkook at the bar, and they end up having dinner together, and they end up staying together, and they started like, she's kind of drunk, but she's like pretty much saying that like, they both found out they both got dumped on the same day, and she offers him like, let's date, and he's all like, what? Like, I just met you. She goes, you have until sunrise to make your decision. And so he sits there with her, and sunrise he makes his decision, let's date. So they end up dating, and they end up having such a great relationship and all these stuff like that, and they're like in love with each other. And then he proposes, and before he proposes, she's like on the phone like, 알았어, like I'll tell him that I'm a police officer, because she told him she's just like a businesswoman, and he's they're both like running business, so they're both very busy and stuff like that. So he proposes, and she accepts, and they get married, and on their way to their honeymoon, he goes, what does my wife do? And then like, where do you work at? And she goes, I'm a police officer. He goes, yeah. So he's like, so do you catch con artists? And she's all like, no, I don't, but I'm a police detective, and he's all like, so do you catch con artists? And she goes, no, I don't do that. But she goes, don't worry, I will transfer over, and I will work behind a desk, and so that you don't ever have to worry. So I will just have a consistent schedule of clocking in, clocking out, and coming home. Because from her previous relationship, her ex-boyfriend told her that the reason he was cheating on her was because he was so worried about her that one day she was going to get killed on the job, because she's always out there chasing after criminal and running all stuff like that. Was just like stupid excuse. So she goes, so it kind of like bothers her that when she tells the guy she dates that she's a detective, they are a little bit afraid of her. Some of them they date her, and then when they found out, they're afraid of her, and they kind of push her away or do stupid things. And which that does happen for her marriage. And we get 2 years fast forward, and their marriage are like, whatever, they are not the same as they were when they were dating. They were lovey-dovey, and her marriage is all messed up. And then we get to see her, she goes to pick up her mom, and her mom's like, what is wrong with you, it's probably your fault, that's why, my son-in-law doesn't love you. And she's all like, I don't know, she doesn't know what's going on. And they arrive at the station. Her mom is commander, is chief of the team, and she got promoted to lieutenant, and her team is the ICI, which they catch con artists, and he is about to con a huge one for a huge lump sum amount of money, and she is in the process of trying to crack down that case. And so they almost end up meeting, but his team and him, they got caught beforehand. They got caught by Park Hoo-ja. Oh my gosh, I keep getting her name messed up. Park Hoo-ja. She comes because her dad is now in a coma or probably going to die soon, and she is trying to track down who conned her father so that she can get all this money back. And she tracks down to Yang Jung-kook's team, and they are on their way to catch his team, but his team member called him and sent a message to him like a clue, and he got it. So the rest of them, they cleaned out everything, and they booked it, and they ran, and they're on like a hideout now. They can't con people for a while because the police is coming after them, and Park Hoo-ja was coming after them, so they have to be laying low for now. And like in the process of doing so, they find out where his family is, and they also track down who his wife is, because Park Hoo-ja and his wife Kim Mi-young actually end up meeting, and she thought that she took it as Park Hoo-ja was once scammed, so she gave her police card to her and be like, the next time you meet these people, call me, I'm here to catch them. So she dig deep, and she finds out that Kim Mi-young is Yang Jung-kook's wife. So it becomes a threat. She can use the wife to get back at him. So she follows him to his neighborhood, his family, and she's about to take him with her, and then he's all like, I'm not going with you. And this random guy walks out of the corner. He grabs that guy and he started beating the crap out of this guy, and like they were like, what the hell are you doing? You know, Huja and her people are like, what the hell are you doing? And the police are like, what's going on? And they drove by, and some detectives starts come running. So Huja, they had to run because they can't get caught. They ran, and he's all like, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna go to jail for a little, you know, small assault, simple assault. And then he sticks his hand out to get handcuffs, and the police grabs his hand, the detective grabs his hand and says, thank you for stopping this serial killer. He's all like, what? So that's how he becomes the brave citizen's hero. He caught a serial killer who's killed like 12 people, and they've been trying to catch him. And Yang Jung-gu just grabbed him and beat him out of nowhere and ended up catching him. And yeah, he becomes the brave national hero, whatever like that. Oh, I'm sorry, they're doing trash today. It's loud. But yes, and his wife's like, oh my god, what in the world did he do? So now he's a public figure. Like, Park Hoo-ja, her people cannot touch him, because if they do anything to him, the citizens will see it. And he became like this hero to them and everything. Everywhere he go, everywhere his wife goes, they like talking to them, taking picture, asking questions, all these things like that. And so yeah, like that's how he became that. And like Park Hoo-ja, her story is like they're trying to get someone in the National Assembly seat to take their side so they can continue doing their work and stuff like that. But like, you know, nobody listens to her and her sister. They're women's, and you know, she's like talking about how she hates it, constantly having to give money just to bribe people and stuff like that, to bribe someone on there running to become a member. And once they get it, they're gonna ask for more money to bribe them so they can do what we want, you know, to pass laws and stuff like that. So she goes, we need to get someone who will be on our side no matter what. And that's when Han Sang-jin comes in. He comes in from abroad and he meets Mi-young, and he's like, you know, he's a new political newcomer and everything. But like, the thing is like, Hoo-ja tries to bribe him, and he's like, it doesn't work on me because, you know, I don't have a family, I don't have friends, I don't have money, I don't have nothing. So there's no point of you threatening me. I'm not going to do anything. So she fails to, you know, bribe him, and she's like, now what am I going to do? And she's like, she finally thought of something, and she sees it on the news, and she goes, we can create someone. She tells her sister, we can create someone to become a part of the National Assembly team member, you know, and we can have that person do things for us. And that person is Yang Jung-gu. So we end off the first 4 episodes there, and in the preview for the next coming up episodes, they are threatening him and his wife. They're threatening him using his wife, so he takes on that. And like, his wife is already in a panic mode of like, oh my god, like, you're now the national, like, you're now not the national, you're now the brave citizen hero. Like, what about me? What about my job and all this stuff like that? It's just a mess. And so, you know, a lot more things is going to happen, and like, he's going to become the National Assembly and all this stuff like that. And a lot of things happen throughout the drama, but that's just like the main point of what's going on in the drama, pretty much. And there's some extremely hilarious stuff and hilarious scene. I just should be watched this and we're laughing. And yeah, this is actually going to be our replacement drama, you know, that we finally found something to watch. Like we said, Touch Your Heart was very like a simple romantic drama, romantic comedy drama with a little bit of the, you know, problem and stuff like that. But for this one, it does have a lot more comedy and crime and political stuff like that. And it's pretty much similar to like the whole idea of all the stuff in it. It's kind of similar to The Last Empress, where it's more comedy versus The Last Empress. So we're actually very excited, and honestly, we were actually going to give this a shot. Like we just like, all these promotion was going around, and I was just like, you know, we don't have anything to watch. Let's see what this turns out. And we watched the first 2 episodes of it. We laughed and we continued and we're like, oh shoot, like now what's gonna happen next? So we are like coming up with scenarios already after the first 4 episodes of what's going to happen next. And I was telling Ahjuxue, it's so heartbreaking that like Yang Jung-gu loves his wife so much. He loves her so much, but because she's a detective, a police officer, he's a con artist, he's keeping his distance. And in like the preview, they use his wife as a threat to him and like to threaten him, and he's like, okay, like stop it, you know, all stuff like that. It just breaks your heart that he loves her, but he can't treat her like he did before because she's a police officer and he's a con man. Like they don't go together, and like it won't work. But you know, he loves her and he can't let her go. So a lot like we don't know what's gonna happen next, but we're really excited for it. At the beginning of the drama, it did give us like a little preview of what he turned out to be when he was a part of the National Assembly, and like all these things he was talking about, and we're like laughing about it. So yeah, we're really excited. If what they showed us in the beginning is going to be the ending, or is it going to be something that happens in the middle or whatever, you know, we don't know. But actually very excited for this one. If you guys have not checked it out, do check it out. Watch the first 4 episodes, and if you like it, do continue on watching it with this journey with me and Ahjuxue. Once it comes to an end, we will review it and tell you guys what of our thoughts are. You know, we're really, like I keep constantly saying, we're really excited. So yeah, we will see how this turns out, and yeah, we'll see you guys once it comes to an end, and we will review it, and hopefully Ahjuxue will be there. If he's not, I will review it again with you guys and tell you guys what our thoughts are, my thoughts, his thoughts, and yeah, how the drama turns out overall. But I will see you guys next time.